Allow us to take you to dessert, because we can see you looking forward. Masikole Guzana is my name, from Siyabulela Primary in Langa. You meet my lovely business partner who's going to introduce herself.
Which district is Langa?
Santra.
Good evening, and my name is Alice Bebe, and I work for Pearson. Firstly, I'm sure some people have been wondering, does this woman actually exist? Yeah, but I do, and really it's been a great pleasure being on this journey, and Umaskole will take us through the journey, which still continues, by the way, and thank you for your time, and hopefully you enjoy the presentation.
So Alice is an HR executive director at Pearson, which is a book publishing company. Why did I join the program? It's simply because I was recently appointed as a school principal. That is 2016 October. And when somebody knocked at our door to introduce the program, I said, wow, what an opportunity for a newly appointed one like me, because I really needed those tools, skills, and knowledge. Did I actually get them? Yes, I received more than I bargained for. Yeah, you can move forward. In terms of our challenges at school, we had a challenge with infrastructure, particularly the school library, which was established in 2009, but since then it was never functional. And at the same time, we were experiencing a problem with regards to literacy levels in terms of our learner achievement. So we thought of focusing at this library project so as to increase those levels. We also had a challenge with the playground for the grade R learners in particular, because our learner enrollment grew by plus minus 300 learners in 2018. So with our limited space, we really needed that playground. With this dysfunctional library, then we had a challenge of sourcing your reading materials, ICT materials, as well as the necessary systems for the library to be fully operational. Oh, I must mention the cohesion, which was lacking in terms of the school management team and the staff. In case you didn't know, the school management team was also recently appointed as in January 2016. So we're all new in the management of the school. And I happened to be the youngest in that team and amongst most of the staff members as well. Hence, I really grabbed this opportunity coming the way of Partners for Possibility. Did we receive, or what did we do together, and what we're planning to do? Those are some of the things. In fact, we have already achieved most of them, which is the creation of this space, the library space, and the sourcing of your materials, ICT and reading materials. And the grade R playground is gonna be revamped soon. Benefits. That's why I'm saying that I really benefited a lot from this program. In fact, from my partner, I benefited something that I call, I learned, she taught me to know when to accelerate and when to apply brakes. Meaning that I should know when to stamp my foot and when to be kind of lenient if I were to get the best out of the staff that I work with. And that, thanks for that, Alice. And for myself, I also learned to be more assertive and yet warm to the staff members, all of them, teaching and non-teaching staff. I'm taking away a lot of things from this program. But from the trainings in particular, the community building and the notion of the single story, which says that we should not look down at ourselves, but we should preach the gospel of believing in yourself. We're telling the learners to believe in themselves, that they are able to get out of poverty cycle into the wealth cycle, and they should not look at themselves as being poor, but they must know or think of what if we were not in this situation. So we are preaching that language at the moment. And there's a lot of things that we learned from community building. For example, now our meetings are no longer the way they were conducted. Through this program, we learned on I learned specifically how to conduct meetings in such a way that they would be productive. For example, in drafting your agenda, you don't draft it as you normally do, but you now turn the agenda points into questions so that the people come to the meeting knowing exactly what is expected of them, and that makes your meetings to be more quicker and even more productive. So that's some of the tools we learned from the community building. And the flawless consulting, which was actually presented by this lady over here, I learned a lot from that one. Contracting and recontracting. And that also gave me tools to contract and recontract even in my personal life. This is my lovely wife. I am now the spark in the relationship. There's a new spark now. Thanks to this program, thanks to Flawless Consulting in particular. And time to think, I'm applying it every day. Now, the thing of listening and listening attentively. Whenever someone knocks at my door, I just put off whatever I was busy doing and listen to them and listen attentively. And we get good conversations out of that. Yeah, as for the rest, I'll leave it to my partner.
Okay. Thanks, Masikole, for that. Yes, I must say thank you to Masikole because I have learned a lot from him. Firstly, maybe I must say thank you for being patient with me because I was not always as available as I would have loved to be, but we managed to strike a good relationship, and even though we never saw each other as often as we would, we spoke a lot, and when we had the conversations, it was really meaningful conversations where both of us took out a lot. At the beginning of the journey, we talked a lot, and we found that what was very important was really understanding the pain points, which is what do we really need to solve. And that helped us to really learn to listen, because both of us, we found out we're not very good listeners because we had so much going on. You were listening, you're rushing, you're thinking, you're looking at your phone because you think, oh my gosh, I've got the next meeting, I'm going to be late. But we found ourselves fumbling for a couple of times, going back to the same conversations, and we realized we're not listening properly, attentively, as he put it. And it was when we started really listening, and listening meaning asking the right questions because you're listening attentively, eventually came up with a program that was relevant and purposeful for the school. And why? It's because by the time we started the journey, they've already gone through the strategic learning planning process. So we needed to make sure that we did not come with a different program, but we aligned to what the school had already planned to do, and made sure that we set realistic goals, because both of us were so excited about the possibilities, what we could do. And eventually, with the help of Michelle, managed to throw things, down, because Michelle asked you some very good but difficult questions where you go back and you reflect. And we eventually came up with a very, I think, with the help of many people, and one of them is here today with us, Claudia, because we realized that we're so busy, and we thought, you know what? There's power in community and identifying strategic partners. And we all sit here with a wealth of expertise around us. And then we made sure we identified the right people, and through that, so many things started moving quicker than they did in the beginning. So thank you. I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you very much to Louise. I'd always looked at Louise and what she does from a distance. Louise was the one who introduced me to Partners not Partners for Possibility, to the Art of Possibility. I remember, was it Ben Zander? Ben Zander? And I thought, wow, what a woman, what a phenomenal woman. I'd really love to know her. And over the years, got to know her, and I got more and more in love with the work that she does. And being part of this has been such an honor. And thank you also for the COP members for providing all the support to Masikole that I never did provide when I had to provide. And as we said, the journey continues for us. And thank you.
Yeah, with those words, we can proudly say and confidently say that throughout what we call school politics, but we can confidently say now things are changing for the better at our school, for both the staff that was not in cohesion and the SMT. And thanks, Partners for Possibility, Viva too.